the way I view life. What I'm here to do today is inform you all on my favorite musician, George Harrison. Now, he was born on February 25th of 1943 in Liverpool, England, as according to the autobiography I Need Mine. He states in this book how he, at 12 years old, was riding his bike in his neighborhood when he first heard one of Elvis Presley's songs, and that was really what piqued his interest in rock and roll. He ended up getting a guitar at the age of 14, and around the same time ended up meeting Paul McCartney because they went to school together. The two bonded on their love for music, and eventually, according to Hunter Davis in his 1968 book, The Beatles, auditioned for Paul McCartney and John Lennon's band called The Quarrymen. Now, at this time, John Lennon thought George was too young because he was around 14, 15 at the time when he joined the band, but he eventually started filling in as a guitarist for the current one and eventually became a more established member. Now, the band name changed to the Beatles in 1960, and because of this and the release of their song, Love Me Do, they signed with EMI to release this single, according to many years from now, a book by Paul McCartney in 1990. And they released the song Please Please Me in 1963, which then shot the Beatles into fame, and then which catapulted him to be known as the Quiet Beatle. Now, just because he was the guitarist does not mean he did not make many contributions to the band. Dave Simmons describes in an article for Guitarist.com that his acoustic style is considered bright and sweet, as in contrast to his lead guitar style. In the book Living in a Material World, Olivia Harrison quotes Eric Clapton as his style describing as innovative. He also introduced the band to one of my personal favorite eras of the Beatles, is the Sgt. Pepper and the Magical Mystery Tour era, with the influences of Indian culture and Indian sounds and instruments. He ended up writing some of their most popular songs, such as Something, which was regarded as one of the most simple ballads, or most popular ballads. And after the Beatles disbanded in 1960, he released a triple album called What Is Life. It's very inspired by spirituality and inspired by his time in India. He ended up dying of lung cancer on November 29th of 2001 at 56, and his legacy has lived on through books, through music, through many documentaries and such. He ended up winning the Lifetime Achievement Award